sister has it. Yes. It's you.
I know.
Wintertime here at Hogsmeade Village.
Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, Forrest.
You got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
I've always wanted to do this in front of you.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain, just pepper these in here.
Hello everyone, this is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish.
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, fun fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the dish. Used to be the daily dish, but we don't do it every day anymore. And technically, we never did. So it was a lie the whole time. I'm so sad. So we did it like Monday through Friday. So we would do it daily that way, but it was never really on weekends. There was like a weekend dish. What? Oh, yeah, there was a situation in Minneapolis at, I believe, a Catholic school that it was another tragic situation at a school, and I won't go into the details because that's not the kind of news that we cover, but yes, prayers for everybody that was involved, and you know, those people up there that have lost loved ones and children, but again, that's not exactly what I cover here, and we want to let's start the show fun and upbeat. And yes, it was. that is true, Tom. Absolutely. I want to say hi to everybody that is out there coming in. I'll try to get all of these real quick. We love you guys. We thank you for being here. Obviously, you are the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed from my afternoon nap to be here with you.
Toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Oh my goodness gracious, it is the greatest. And you guys are the greatest audience on YouTube. We appreciate everybody being here so much. You have no idea. We've got the Newsboy 65 chimes in. Hey, yeah, that's messed up what they did with Cracker Barrel. It is. It's Tom says, hit the like button on the way in. Tom will be here in just a moment. You'll be seeing him. Good evening, everyone, from my mom. Kathleen Fantasia's out there. This is just me, and this is Jess Hart's Theme Parks. Thanks for being here, guys. Hello, hello. And she'll be on in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Let's dish. Let's just, trying to find those clips where they talk about dishing. It's you cannot just hit like search dish. You get like all kinds of things. So like I basically had to curate that based on my own watching history and stuff. So not always easy to do. Some of it was easier than others to find, but thank goodness. Everyone's nanny is here. Everyone's nanny 52 says good evening. Oh, my beautiful wife is in the house. Virginia Bradley's Adventures. Linda's here. Linda, Tom's Linda, and Ron's Virginia. I'm not implying ownership. I'm implying partnership, people. Partnership. Let's see. Dan's Life at the Kingdom is here. Let's see. Hello, Dan. Dan the man. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Who else do we have? We have let's see, Dan and Tom and Linda and Go and Shogi is here, modding away with that wrench. Thank you, Go and Shogi, for being here. Kit Kat. Kit with a double underscore cat. I love Kit Kats. They are break me off a piece of that. Kit Kat bar, yes, indeed. Food and wine starts tomorrow. I probably need to go over a little bit of that food and wine stuff. I haven't done that yet. Native Hawaiian, aloha, howdy. Saw you over on the Valiant Renegade, who was also going on, but he was on at 6. I don't know how late he goes. He might still be going on. Let's see, who else do we have? Jess is here. Native. I'm trying to see if I caught up with everybody. I think I have. So let's start bringing on the guest. Yes, the Valiant Renegade show was a good show. Good show tonight. Oh, my goodness. You know her. You love her. She's kind of becoming my co-host, and I am appreciating everything she is doing for our show. Let's bring her on because everybody who's anybody loves theme parks, and so does Jess. Jess Hart's Theme Parks is with us tonight. How you doing, Jess?
Hey, doing really good. How are you?
As long as people in the audience can hear me, I'm doing okay. Okay, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I can hear you good. We're winning.
Woohoo! Yay! Yes, indeed. And a man who I love to hear play the guitar. Even though he says he's stuttering, I've never heard him stutter, and I've definitely never heard him stutter on the guitar. That is Jeremy, Strings and Pucks, sometimes the stuttering guitarist, but an awesome guy all around. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing good. Thank you. And it's funny, I was just at my stuttering doctor today, so it has been a lot better, but winter's coming. Gets worse when it's overcast, but I love the summer, and I love playing guitar.
Well, I've never heard you make the vocal mistakes that a former president made, and apparently that was all because of his apparently bad stutter.
Yeah, mine's just because I'm crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's might have been somewhat of the case there too. Very, very possibly. Coming to us from across the other side of the globe, for all of those people that apparently are in my Facebook feed and don't believe that there is a globe, she is on the other side of the globe. It's not flat, people. It's round, like the ball, right behind Jess. It's a spaceship Earth that we're all on together, although Spaceship Earth is closed right now. But you know who's not closed? Erica from Erica and Raph. She is open and ready to go. And is that a real background tonight?
Yeah, I was
love it
tonight.
are back in the office, and
yeah,
buddy, are they knocking on the door for the what's going on?
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Hey, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to even believe that you are here.
Oh, but and he's not here. He's not here. Tom F is not anywhere to be found. I think he's gone back to the future. Tom, where did
I'm
you
a
go?
muted wrench. I
Tom
muted
is not
myself.
this. See that? I'm going to have to bring him in yet again. Oh, there he is. Oh, is he? Tom? Are you battling the frozen stuff?
No, I'm fine on my screen.
Tom is.
I'm
here.
No, it's working on mine, Ron.
Oh, it's working on yours?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom okay, everybody's hearing Tom except for me. Let me check something. You know, my computer's been acting really, really weird lately. So Tom, say something.
Hi, Ron. Welcome to your own stream.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. If anybody here has been on any other shows, I know Erica knows this. I know Tom knows this. StreamYard has been doing some very strange things. Let's see what happens if I kick you off and bring you back. I'm just going to try that. Okay.
My grandma did that to my grandpa once.
Hello. Hi, Ron. Can you hear me?
All right. So I want to see. Let me try and remove anybody else and see what happens. Erica, you're going to go away for just a second because I want to see what happens here.
No.
All right. Adding Tom back to the stage.
This feels like musical chairs.
Where am I?
No, Tom is still
Where am I?
I don't know why.
Tom, turn your light on, man. There you go.
Now I can hear you and see you. And then what happens when I bring Erica back up? And now, is everybody moving?
Yes.
I think we have everybody. Yay! I think having everybody calls for a celebration. Guys, we love to celebrate on this channel whenever there's any support from you guys in the audience. So if we're going for our goal, we've got a goal of 5 super chats. But if anybody lays down a super chat, super thanks, super sticker, buy me a coffee, PayPal, buy something from our spread shop, which do I even have the spread shop? Let me just show it real quick. I'll put it on the screen for you. Here's the spread shop, just so you guys can see. It is there. We do have it. I'm not going to go into all the detail of it right now. There's not even a sale going on. It's so sad at the moment. But anyhow, if anybody buys something from the spread shop, you let me know in the chat. And we will celebrate that because that's what we do here. So anytime we have anything to celebrate, we will celebrate it, but we want you to celebrate with us. So if you're a member of the channel, you got custom emojis you can celebrate with. And if you're not a member of the channel, we have you can do the dance emojis or smiley face or anything you want to celebrate with us. And we're going to do a little practice round right here. So this is what it looks like to celebrate. If you're ready, get your emojis ready and throw them down in the chat right now.
Is it too much? Too much. It's a birthday.
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Yeah, they all came through late. Here they are, your celebrations. Yeah, it's It's a StreamYard thing. So StreamYard has been acting kind of funny for a lot of different channels lately. And I did see somebody else in the chat. I got to go back up. Jared, I had not said hi to you, Jared Markham 7300. I'm trying, especially while I have, and then let's see, everyone's nanny I got. Okay. While I have a channel where I can do it, I want to try and do my best to literally acknowledge every single person that I can in the chat. So it's a big deal, and I want to be able to do that for you guys. Obviously, as the channel grows, if the show does what I want it to do, and we become an audience of 50 and 100 and 200 and so on and so forth, I may not be able to always acknowledge everybody, and that would be a great problem to have. But as long as I have an audience where I can do it, I'm going to acknowledge every single person that I can. I hope. So anyhow, before we get started, I just wanted to know if when it comes to pop culture, theme parks, or anything else, if anybody on the panel has anything in particular on their minds that they want to share or discuss before we get to Cracker Barrel.
Can I just briefly share how excited I was? I put it in the private chat, so you guys already know. But I think we've already determined that I'm a scaredy cat. I don't do well with being startled or going to Halloween events. Thanks. Erica's got my back on this one.
Yes, ma'am.
And most of the regional theme parks have always offered their Nobu necklaces. We like those. It helps avoid some of that. And Universal just announced that they're going to start having them for Halloween Horror Night. So I might actually attend for the first time ever.
Congrats.
I'm going to scare you if I see you walking.
Okay, well, if it's you, I'm probably going to be less startled than like a zombie. So.
Oh, I highly doubt it.
It's a smaller gap than you think.
Jeremy, just because I thought you said brains, and and it was a train, I took a slow one. Don't hate me.
I open packages from you very slowly, Ron, and in buckets of water.
Perfectly fine. All right, so let's talk about, because it's really, really weird. Anybody else on the panel ever watched the Daredevil Netflix series?
Yes.
Okay, so
I don't think so.
So Tom, if you watch Daredevil Netflix series, even the first season, going way back to, I think it was 2015 when that came out.
Yeah.
Nobu means something different to me.
Oh, yes, it does.
The name of the character, he's one of Daredevil's foes, is Nobu.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think Nobu gets burned alive, and then he dies, and then he comes back to life. With the same way that Elektra comes back to life. So, anyhow,
I now want that necklace.
Yeah,
it has a cute spider on it. If you come to the one at Cedar Point,
that's really cool.
OCD.
So, listen, I got a story about the Nobu necklace.
Okay, go ahead.
Last year we went with our neighbors. She wore one. She decided to scare one of the scare actors there. We almost got removed out of the park because she went boo to a scare actor.
Okay.
At SeaWorld. And he got upset. He's seen she was wearing a Nobu, and he's like, oh, you can't do that if you're wearing that. And a manager came over. I'm not kidding.
He was too fragile. That's a little excessive.
Yes.
Probably what it says on his termination papers.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that she just said boo to him?
Okay. In SeaWorld, you know where the pretzel place is? The pretzel cottage?
Yeah.
There's a little planter thing in the middle, and the guy was hanging out there watching the crowd. She's wearing that spider one that's flashing brightly. Mm-hmm. She gets next to this guy and goes, boo! And he turns around and he goes, ah! And then looks at her and gets pissed. Yes, if you read the chat, that's what I'm just saying. I was cracking up at this moment. And next thing you know, he's going over to talk to his boss. His boss comes over, manager comes over, talks to her. And I'm like, hey, she didn't know the rules. She's here with me. I'm a pass holder. And, they were just, and I'm like, please don't do that again. And I'm laughing at him, like, as we're walking away, I'm like, do it all you want. I don't really care. But
That's funny. Like, I mean, I understand.
And
Obviously,
Linda's got my back on this. She'll tell you I'm not fibbing.
no. Here's the thing. I get hands off. Obviously, this hands off. That's for everybody. There should be no hands on.
There was no hands. She just went boo.
But just going boo to a scare actor or somebody that's hilarious. That's anyway. Let's read this out of Attractions Magazine. New Deathly Afraid. This is what they're calling the Nobu thing, I guess. New Deathly Afraid necklace for less scary Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. Halloween Horror Nights is by Blake Taylor out of Attractions Magazine. Halloween Horror Nights will sell a Deathly Afraid necklace at Universal Studios Florida for guests who want a less frightening experience in the event's scare zones, or for those guests who are cheaping out and not buying the adult diaper before they go in. I'm just saying. I mean, might as well just buy the Depends, people. Universal told team members about the product ahead of this year's HHN team member preview. Attractions Magazine can confirm the Deathly Afraid necklace, quote unquote, helps reduce direct interactions with scare actors, according to Universal, within scare zones throughout the park, but doesn't apply to haunted houses. That's important to reiterate. The Deathly Afraid necklace will do you no good inside the haunted houses. So if you go into the haunted houses, you're going to get scared. The product will sell for $20. Guests can find it at Universal Studios store in both Universal Studios Florida and City Walk, the Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store, Men in Black Gear Shop, and merchandise carts near Men in Black Alien Attack. Similar products have existed for many years at other haunted attractions. Sometimes they're known as No-Boo necklaces, as seen below at Scarowinds. Now, is that the one up by you?
That ghost is. So that's the one on the border of North and South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
It's near like Charlotte.
I should go to that.
Oh yeah, Carowinds. I used to work Fright Nights at Six Flags back in the day. That was always a good time.
You were a scarecrow, weren't you, Ron?
No, I was never a scarecrow. I don't think I've ever been a scarecrow, actually, ever, for anything. Now that I think about it. I was, they had one of those rooms that was like painted with black and white stripe and designs. And then I was in an outfit that matched the wall. So if somebody came into the room, they didn't see anything in the room. I was invisible. And then when they passed me, I would come out at them and they would turn around and I'd be like, boo. And they were like, freaked out. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I had a good time scaring the life out of people. Yeah, it's Halloween is a fun time for the whole. I've never really spent that much time just going to haunted houses because I'm usually working in them. So fun time.
I'd rather work
I'd work on one. I'd be pretty good at it.
Who else wears the Nobu in the panel?
You know, I probably would at this point. We used to go to the real haunted houses, like in Michigan, Ohio. There's always an abandoned schoolhouse that they just turn into a haunted house because it's funny, and that's actually fairly terrifying. They had emergency exits once you had to tap out, and I think at this point I'll just wear the necklace and save myself the trauma.
It can be part of our group. It'll be fine.
Excellent. I think it's a worthy thing to do. It's a good thing.
I think we should have all three of them go, and we should film their adventures, and then sneak up and cut the necklaces off them when they're not expecting it.
Yeah, that's not going to look like a terrorist stream. Here he comes with a box cutter right behind me.
Right.
No, I would use nail clippers just to be safe.
Oh, you can't take those on a plane either.
I don't need to be on a plane. We're in a park.
I'm pretty sure that this would be Jess's reaction.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That seems pretty realistic. Yeah.
I'm not far behind that either.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
My wife won't wear the Nobu, but she won't go she gets scared. She had one of those guys with the skates come up behind her as she was walking into the bathroom, and I thought she didn't make it into the bathroom.
Ooh.
She was like 50 feet away from it, and the scream that came out of her was bad, and I was laughing hysterical, and I high-fived the guy. I got the evil eye for the rest of the night.
I had a bathroom experience or non-bathroom. I don't know, what do you call it? I had an experience. One of the most embarrassing experiences of my life. I think I was around 10 years old when this happened. It happened at a place that currently doesn't exist anymore, so that almost makes it feel better. Where it happened is now a hotel, but it wasn't a hotel. It was Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild here in Orlando, Florida, which was torn down a few years back, and they built a hotel there. Just Nita, you're gonna love to hear my super embarrassing story. Anyway, one of the slides at Wet and Wild, I forget, it's like the bonsai slide or whatever it's called, like the one where you go like just straight down, and by the end of it you're just going super fast. It's like 120-foot slide or whatever. Anyway, I was 10 years old, and the slide gave me a super wedgie.
Yes.
That's happened to me at Adventure Island.
And without me knowing it, I was a 10-year-old emitting.
Oh no.
Emitting from the super wedgie that did the same thing as a finger down the throat, except on the other end.
Oh.
Dude, holy cow, Ron!
I'm gonna call you the Brown Monsoon.
Where the bathroom was. I'm sure the lifeguards loved cleaning that one up, but yeah, I mean, I had to figure out. My mom had to figure out what, change of swimsuit,
change of venue. Else. You leave at that point. Once you pull a Caddyshack, you can't stay.
I mean, I'll be honest, it was the crappiest time I've ever had in one.
I can imagine.
Not enough chlorine in that water.
Dude, that is a story for the grandkids and the great grandkids.
No, I don't think I would have felt so bad if I hadn't eaten so much corn the day before.
Keeps getting worse.
Were you running to the border, Ron? I mean, come on.
And you thought my jokes were corny.
The plumber didn't think so.
Oh, golly. Oh, Jonathan
Brown Thunder.
Did the propulsion make me go down the slide? No, it didn't happen until I got to the end of the slide. That was the worst part of it. It was like, I had a really good time.
He was trying to apply air brakes.
Fireworks are starting early today.
Yeah. It was time for that summer sizzle.
Oh, that was more like a. That's not even a summer sizzle. Oh.
I'm glad I could look back on that and laugh now.
That's fantastic.
At the time,
we lost Erica.
Oh boy. Speaking of corn, let's talk about Cracker Barrel.
I'm so blind. Sorry, wrong song.
That's more fried okra.
We're talking about corn and crack.
Ron cracked corn down the slide.
Oh, Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care. Yeah, there was a lot coming out of my body. That was definitely a lot. Definitely out of the body.
You should have yelled corn. You should have yelled corn. I didn't eat no corn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think I did keep my shorts because of the way they went was up. I mean, it was like, oh god.
You're flossing at that point.
I was flying. I remember they were blue. I mean, they were blue before. They were brown after. But
now they're bluish brown. Yeah.
They're blue camo.
Well, yellow and blue makes green. Yeah, the corn.
That's like the worst thing that could happen to a human being. Jeez, Ron.
No, no broccoli soup before the water park. That's probably why I'm so scared by Broccoli Mountain these days.
Ooh, subliminal torture.
Yeah. Oh, I don't really. My favorite HHN house is the one I worked at, hands down. It was. What was that called? Havoc, the Dogs of War. It was a blast. But that's because I worked in it. I don't even know what they're like to go to anymore. And now they're in the trash. Oh my gosh, they were probably burned those things. I don't know what we did with them. Boy, that was
somewhere in the Smithsonian's files.
Yeah,
Ron becomes famous.
Oh,
he wore these shorts when he was a child. Can you guess what happened here?
You're supposed to bronze them, not caramelize them.
Oh my god.
And on that note,
the brown note.
Tom's at the bottom of his chair. Oh, jeez.
I thought Van Halen had the brown sound in the 80s. It sounds like you gave him a run.
It was Ron. It was Ron all along.
Speaking of things that are yellow and brown.
Mm-hmm. That was my university colors in Kalamazoo.
Explains a lot, Jeremy.
It was Brown-Eyed Susan was the flower of Western Michigan.
Oh, I have a lot of friends that went to Western Michigan.
Yeah, they probably didn't make it either. It was not for learning. And for others.
So I would imagine people out there have probably heard by now that Cracker Barrel finally caved. And actually, it didn't take a very long period of time, which I think is a good thing. And they made this announcement, I believe it was last night about this time.
Yep.
On X/Twitter. I know people, I don't call it Twitter anymore. I just call it...
it's X.
I just call it X. Cracker Barrel says the home style dishes you love made with care. Well, this dish is always made with care, and that's why we are here. So out of X, here's what Cracker Barrel had to say on the matter. If it pulls up. If it pulls up. Come on now.
Remind me to do the math when you're done with this, because I got a great math bit about this last night.
Pull up now. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. There it is. All right. Now you can sit. Okay. So here it is. It says, this is their statement out of Cracker Barrel. We thank our guests for sharing your voices and love for Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and our old timer will remain. At Cracker Barrel, it's always been and always will be about serving up delicious food, warm welcomes, and the kind of country hospitality that feels like family. I feel like I should be reading this in what's his name, Samuel
or Morgan Freeman. Dude, nice.
As a proud American institution, our 70,000 hard-working employees look forward to welcoming you to our table soon. Cracker Barrel, the old country store. All right, so that was their, not an apology, but their statement. Okay, so they issue the statement. They come out. They say, you know what? We listened. We heard you. We're not going to say we're sorry. and as Nita says, I can just smell the BS. Yeah, it's probably worse than that day at the water park for me,
where you could taste it.
You don't want to taste that, that's for sure. So we go to a story out of that parkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. This is by our good friend Marvin Montanaro. Cracker Barrel brings back the old logo. Restaurant goes full about face after Trump pushback. And that is true. That is interesting because it wasn't until President Trump came out and said something about it himself and that they were like, you know what? Maybe we should do something about this. So that is, I think, the older...
I think they were in talks, dude, Ron.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure they were in something. Cracker Barrel now is just going back to its old logo after getting pushed back from President Trump online. Cracker Barrel just learned a very expensive lesson in branding. Don't mess with nostalgia, and don't underestimate your customers after unveiling a new modernized logo this month. The restaurant chain faced swift backlash from loyal patrons, investors, and even President Donald Trump himself. So there's the updated logo that they were going to be using. On Tuesday, the company announced it would scrap the redesign and restore its traditional logo, complete with the old country store heritage and the iconic imagery fans have come to expect. So they attempted this redesign. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but yeah. So they lost about $100 million in market share when they first introduced the new design. My understanding is after they did the about face last night and made this announcement that they're going to go back to Herschel, Grandpa Herschel, the stock jumped back up 7%. So they're still, I think, at a loss. We don't know. No financial advice here on the channel. It's very important to note. Just kind of using that as a gauge to show how things get affected. But we want to take it to the panel. And
I've got this one.
Jeremy.
I've been kicking at this horse. So last night, Benny Johnson actually released the dollar amount they spent on this rebranding, $700 million.
Yep.
So with the loss in the market at the time, it was a near $1 billion mistake.
Oh my gosh!
And one person on the board begged them not to do it. He's the owner of Steak and Shake. He's on the board, but because of his political affiliation, they said his motivation was political. He said, "Don't change this logo. Don't make these changes. It's a huge mistake." And he's very good friends with a certain president. And so they said he was an activist, ignored him. And now Steak and Shake is probably just smirking today. But
Steak and Shake was flaming him, dude.
Wow. But the owner was on the board and begged them. They were making fun of him at the time. I wonder if he got any apologies over the weekend. So this is $1 billion.
I wonder if they're going to roll. I wonder if they're going to roll back their other changes.
Yeah, it looked like there was approximately 60 stores that are impacted right now out of, I think, 2,000 maybe, give or take. So it's a small percentage, but that's a lot of money.
But with the market loss, this is what will close stores because you can't recoup that $1 billion. They were already struggling a little bit before this, like other restaurants. I honestly think there are going to be market reductions of about 10% of the stores. Just you can't make that money back. It's sad.
No, and then you got to figure out if they don't change their other things back besides the interior. They put alcohol on the menu. That pissed off a lot of people from the churches.
Yeah.
They changed the menu too much.
This is
they cut back quality.
People are going there after church to be in an environment that is where there's not drinking, right? Like because there's a lot of different choices. When I was growing up, I think we used to go to like Ponderosa after church, or maybe Red Lobster. We'd go there sometimes if it was a really nice occasion or whatever. But Cracker Barrel is another place that people have a tendency to go to after church, but it's because they expect that environment where they don't have to worry about people drinking, and along with people drinking, a lot of times goes a certain type of language, and you're bringing the family there. It's a family environment. You're ensured that it's a family environment. I mean, that honestly, that move alone would probably be about as bad as if they put a bunch of alcohol, say, I don't know, in the Magic Kingdom. and maybe put bars in the Magic. Maybe that would be a great idea. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, so here's Steak and Shake's X feed. And as you can see, it says eat more beef tallow. That's one of their big things this year. That Steak and Shake has gone back to making their French fries with beef tallow. And by the way, I've tried them, and they use those like shoestring fries, and they are so good.
They are delicious. Yeah.
And he was the first one to change before McDonald's. He had Mr. Kennedy's in his ear. He's very close to the campaign.
Yep.
All right, so here is Steak and Shake says it's a. How much did Cracker Barrel spend in its marketing team for the rebrand? It's a $700 million rebrand, $1 million per restaurant, $30 million on consultants alone. And so Steak and Shake's been, I guess, because that guy has been throwing a ton of shade to Cracker Barrel. Here's the.
I wondered what the connection was, Ron, because I've been watching this all go down online. That's interesting.
Right. I mean, it's been an interesting back and forth between Steak and Shake and Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
The connection is on the board.
Yeah.
So you've got here's President Trump weighing in. I think this was on his Truth Social. Congratulations, Cracker Barrel, on changing your logo back to what it was. All of your fans very much appreciate it. Good luck into the future. Make lots of money. And most importantly, make your customers happy again. I think it's a fair statement. And then, Steak and Shake acknowledges this and says, Mr. President, Cracker Barrel heard you. Americans are grateful. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It's funny to me that a lot of people are saying, gee, Merry Christmas. Why? I mean, he's the president of the United States. Why is he getting involved in a restaurant thing? And I think it goes back to Americana and patriotism and what we proved last November is the vast majority of Americans want the America that we grew up in. And we're not talking about bigotry. The problem with a certain side is like they always say, oh, you want to bring things like bigotry back. So no, nobody wants that. What we do want is just a traditional America. Like everybody loves each other. Everybody's welcome. Everybody has fun. There is something going on. This is really, really weird, but I am seeing something back here.
Afternoon, everybody.
Lou!
Oh my God. I actually knew the guy that did that voice. There was a guy who specialized in nothing but doing baby voices and baby crying. And he would come in and stand at the microphone. He was probably about 60 years old, and he'd been doing it for years.
That was a grown man.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Goodness.
Well, you couldn't get a kid to do that on cue. I mean, you could try, but you'd be there all night.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, thank you, Mr. Lou Wasserman's Ghost.
Sorry I'm late to the party. I had a big lunch and I watched Jason Statham Beats Everybody Up movie and said, I think I'll take a nap. And next thing here I am.
Was it Working Man?
No, it was The Wrath of Men or something silly like that about an armored car place and his kid gets killed. And it was stupid, but amusing, I think a lot of those are.
Those are fun.
Anyway, what did I miss? Oh my God!
We are talking about. We're talking about the back and forth between Steak and Shake and Cracker Barrel on. And Jeremy, what was your insight about who is on the board?
Yes, so the owner of Steak and Shake is on the board of Cracker Barrel and warned them about the change before they spent $700 million. They called him an activist, pushed him out basically in the vote, and I guess over the weekend he must have just been grinning like a Cheshire cat as the world collapsed and thanking the president on behalf of Cracker Barrel. It's funny. I did not know the connection until last night. And
wow. Well, what's interesting, of course, is, and I keep stressing this to people, if you look into the history of it, they've been going woke broke a long time at Cracker Barrel, like 4 or 5 years. They've been donating to every left wing, every LGBTQ, every pressure group on the far side. And this is the last step, not the first step. So meanwhile, the food and service have been going downhill, and they haven't done a thing to fix that. I saw something where they said, well, we want everybody to be happy when they leave. And I thought, I do not think that is what you intended it to mean, Yeah. So anyway, I they haven't changed all the rest of it. They have said, okay, we'll take the logo back, but I hope they say thank you to the president for suggesting it, but I'm not holding my breath. Anyway,
I would say they owe him a debt of gratitude. Well, we'll see over time. I'm interested because Tom, I want to go to you on this because you were there on Sunday at your local one. You saw that business had already gone down. What do you think is going to happen the next time you visit?
I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to go look this weekend and find out. But I don't think it's going to bounce back that fast.
It'll be very interesting. I mean, it's true. It probably will not.
Remember, mine did not get the change at all, and it was still empty.
Oh, that's a good point, Ron.
Well, yeah, and when your number one customer base is families on road trips, I pointed out one of the things they used to do, I don't know if they still do, is they would rent books on tape, and you'd pick it up at one and drop it off at the next one. And secondly,
I'd never heard of that.
Hello?
Yeah.
So there were so many interesting things that Cracker Barrel did to cater to to the crowd. The fact that they're losing market share, Lou, you talked about this. Their food quality's gone down, and they added alcohol to the menu.
Yeah, I mean, when people come rushing back because they didn't get rid of the man in the barrel, I don't think so. I think they've broken a trust with their core audience that it'll take a lot more to preserve. And they brought in booze, mimosas, and I thought, a place that is entirely alongside freeways because it's people driving across country. Yeah, let's get them drunk. That's a good idea. That and discount pancakes, boy, that'll bring the customers back.
Well, I was thinking, that sounds like as good of an idea as adding a bunch of alcohol and bars to maybe a family Disney park.
Well, at least they're on their feet until they've had 2 or 3 of those drinks, and then they're just kind of wobbly.
Oh, and then you put them on spinning rides.
You know what? I expect them to say now, have running in the queues at Disney World. Please do not sit on the rails. They are not designed to hold your weight, like they used to do on Circle Vision.
Jess, the fact that you mentioned that, I never even thought about this, but when you exit the Beak and Barrel, you're right in front of the magic carpets of Aladdin. Literally
not
right
a great
there.
choice.
I never even thought about it. But do you know what that means? That means Disney adults, Instagrammers, TikTokers, vloggers, YouTubers, they're going to do the Beak and Barrel / Aladdin Magic Carpets challenge.
I hope
They're going to do it. You know that they're going to see if they're going to go, let's see how much we can drink and go on the magic carpets and see if we can not pull the. But Lou, you missed. Speaking of things that might come, you missed my story.
Well, I'll go watch it on the replay. Don't bore the audience.
You do not want to watch it now, especially if you've eaten anything recently. That would be a no-no. Yeah.
But anyway, look, and the other big group of people that Sundays you couldn't move for well-dressed post-church groups at Cracker Barrel. I wonder if they're coming back anytime soon.
This was
they didn't go there for the sign. They went there for the sense of being.
Is that what I got you, Ron?
Nope, this is mine.
That's yours.
When I went to visit the other day after the announcement was made, I went in. I checked it out. I went over. It's in front of our Target here. It's literally walking distance from my house. If I wanted to walk over there, it'd take me about 10 minutes.
Have a few mimosas. It'll make an interesting walk back. You'll see parts of your neighborhood you never knew existed.
It was what I like. There's something very special about Cracker Barrel to me, specifically because of my older son. It is that Cracker Barrel is the only place I know of where I can go into a store and find a section of Bob Ross things.
Oh.
So Bob Ross coffee mug, Bob Ross t-shirt, Bob Ross little doll things. My older son is a huge Bob Ross fan. He's 23 and I don't know why, but he loves Bob Ross. And so that was the place that I could get him that stuff at. So I would like to feel comfortable knowing that I could go back there and still buy the Bob Ross stuff, which has nothing to do with anything that they've announced, but it's what I like about the place.
Well, here's what I think too. The new color scheme that they put in, the stuff in the store was always a bunch of strange, cheap junk. It looks cheap junk against that lighter background. Against the dark background, it looks like, kind of fun and funky. And then I mentioned the last time I was there was on a recent drive down to scenic Florida to do some things, among them being having lunch with two of the people here. And on the way home, we stopped off basically, to use the bathroom. And because I said, I just have a hankering for some candy and I'll find something there. I go looking for Necco wafers. They had Smarties. I go looking for malted milk balls, and they had something called Georgia's Own Candy malted milk balls. And you look at the fine print, and it says distributed by some company in Illinois. In other words, it was all off brands, and so where they used to be famous for having the old original brands, like what do you call it? Whoppers for malted milk balls. So everything has gone to the cheaper knockoff version, and it's just
I would say this: if they're going to have Smarties, they should at least have Canadian Smarties, which are a completely different type of candy.
Oh, probably. Well, I don't know many Canadian Smarties. A few friends of mine up there, but certainly not at levels Smarties? Of higher government. Yeah, well, Canadian Smarties, the kind that Dave Castro sent. But anyway,
they are Canadian Smarties are like giant M&Ms.
I see. Oh,
yeah, they're chocolate.
They're chocolate. They're like
sounds awesome.
They're like nickel-sized M&Ms.
Yeah, I think I've seen those.
They come in a long pack like our Smarties do, but they're all chocolate.
Like a sleeve. And it's kind of, it seems like Halloween candy that you wouldn't get any other time in a way, to my sense of style.
Oh, I Googled them. They look wonderful.
Tom says there's a Bob Ross school. What is the school for Bob Ross, Tom?
It's in New Smyrna Beach. It's an art school.
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll take you there one day. Know where it is.
That's cool. So are like the artists are out on the beach, like painting the sharks attacking the people?
Happy little sharks.
It's actually, I think it's run by one of his family members, believe it or not.
That's actually really, really cool.
It's like those cover bands of famous old bands, right? That tour the country saying, well, my second cousin used to play in the band, so here we are.
Yeah, I don't know what the relation is, but it's got really good reviews and pretty packed all the time.
Huh. So Jeremy was talking about this with Steak and Shake and the leadership there. So Jeremy, there is a member of the board of Cracker Barrel that is also part of Steak and Shake. And Steak and Shake's post says the logo is a symptom of a bigger problem, and this is to lose point. The $700 million remodel is insane. It is bland, it's soulless, and an unnecessary waste of money. Where else have we talked about a remodel that's bland, soulless, and an unnecessary waste of money? Can anyone think of anything that we talk about at that part?
Everything Disney's done for 5 years. Tiana's
of course,
Bayou.
at least when it rains, the stores don't go back to being brown because of leaks in the roof. So the way the swamps are happening on the
not the brown water again.
Yeah, that leads into Ron's story, ironically.
Yeah, we won't talk about that right now. No. Instead, this is awesome. Instead, use this money to keep prices down to support American families. And while you're at it, go back to making fresh biscuits every day. Fire the CEO. Apparently, Jeremy, whoever that is not a big fan of the CEO.
But she was at Taco Bell before this and Mattel before that.
She ruined both.
Yeah. And by the way, there are 600, I looked it up, there's 660 stores. They're all company owned, they're not franchises. So 700 million into 660 is a little over $1 million a store. Can you tell me how possibly that paint job could cost $1 million a store?
I would love to know what else.
I'd like a painting
vegan-free
contract.
paint.
I tell you that. I bet they're getting interesting family and friends doing that paint job.
Lou, it's vegan-free paint, man.
Oh,
yeah. Well, and also it costs a lot to rebrand every single one of those peg games. So
oh God, that rewording.
Oh, you mean that they sent to China for the new friggin' pegs?
They misspelled the word.
Oh, but you read the difference between one of them was making fun of you if you screwed up. The other one, oh, it's not so bad. Please try again.
You get a
We're
participation
not
trophy.
judging you because you can't stick a peg in a hole. Honest, we aren't.
It's
Did somebody complain about being triggered by the pegs? Did someone
with
have
the
a
modern culture of
He was an
people
ex-golfer,
being
Lou.
so sensitive, you can't even throw jokes around. It was a joke that said, "Oh, you're an ignoramus," which is hilarious. It's funny. It's
Always
like, and I
surprised me
love
you
the
didn't
peg
say ignoramus and have some on your next visit to Cracker Barrel.
Well, I think it actually spelled it like egg. So,
well, 1G though, 1G.
Yeah, 1G.
Anyway, yeah.
I think that was the whole point. Like it's a wrong spelling.
So
It
now
was
you're an
funny.
ignoramus because you can't spell egg instead of because you can't put a peg in a hole.
Our good friend Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen Reports, who I love interacting with Mark when we're on panels together. But Mark Mitchell says, fix all the recipes. Every complaint I see is that they are cutting corners with their food.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. So, and then there are some things that have nothing to do with. It's so funny to see some of the posts in there. But anyhow, yeah, the whole Cracker Barrel debacle is it's strange, and I wanted to share this about the redesign. Because Marvin goes into it here in that story on that Park Place. So the attempted redesign, he says on August 19th, Cracker Barrel rolled out what it hoped would be a fresh direction for its image. The rebrand featured a pared down logo with a simplified barrel design, the name Cracker Barrel in plain lettering, and the removal of Old Country Store from the emblem, which I believe personally is one of the biggest mistakes because it is the Old Country Store. You want to have that feeling. Missing entirely was the beloved Uncle Herschel figure that for decades embodied the company's rustic down-home feel. And there is the interior of an older Cracker Barrel restaurant. That's what they look like before any remodels were done. Cracker Barrel pitched the redesign as part of its All the More campaign, a modernization strategy meant to signal growth and evolution, but instead of energizing the brand, the move sparked immediate outrage online. Customers described the logo as soulless, corporate, and out of touch. Following the rollout, Cracker Barrel lost close to $100 million in market value as the backlash spread and the social media criticism snowballed. This is weird how it became political at all, but it says there's a political spotlight. What may have remained a branding misstep soon turned into a cultural flashpoint. Conservative commentators and public figures hammered the company for what they saw as yet another attempt to sanitize tradition in favor of corporate conformity. However, personally, I also saw a lot of backlash coming from, left-wing media outlets that thought it was not really wise either. Representative Byron Donalds, a rising Republican voice, tied his own life story to Cracker Barrel, stressing how deeply the brand resonates with families and communities. And Trump Jr. also weighed in, calling the redesign part of a broader trend of woke corporate nonsense. Although I personally am starting to actually get sick of the term woke, because now that term is used so much that even that term has become watered down. And I don't know. I feel like it's not specific enough to what it is that people are upset about. Because I don't think that it's not just about injecting activism from a certain point of view. It's injecting it into things that never were meant to be that. And I think
nor should they be. Exactly.
Right,
Nor
right.
should they be.
Because, well, I mean, Lou, you would know this being the years that you spent working in Hollywood, right? That there are certain shows made for certain audiences, and when you go down that road from the beginning, and the audience knows, and they come along with you for that ride, That's okay. You know what? That's it was made for that audience. They're going down that road. Yay. But when you have something like the Disney brand, the Princess brand, um, Pixar, Buzz Lightyear, those types of things, when you have like traditional family values brands, here's the hero, here's the villain, here's right versus wrong. Everybody has just there's nothing out of the norm, right, in their lives. And then all of a sudden you're going to inject something into the Lightyear movie that even Snoop Dogg is offended by when he goes and takes his grandkids. Like if Snoop Dogg got offended, you know you did something wrong.
Yeah,
and then when he expresses that, when he says, wait a minute, I just came to see a movie. I didn't come to see a campaign against a certain or for against a certain thing. Boy, did they jump on him with hobnailed boots, right? How dare he notice? How dare he wasn't? I saw the interview. He wasn't asked on there to make that statement. He just made it in passing.
Yeah.
And when he said it, he didn't think it was that big a deal, I don't think. But
well, you know, whether it's him or whether it's Chris Pratt talking about his freaking relative, I mean, it's unbelievable how the very, very far left and the voices on the very, very far left, they have their feelers out looking for that kind of stuff. We're trying to figure out how they can take something that didn't mean anything close to what they're going to make it, and they're going to turn it into something. And
because it's for our own good, they're going to educate us all as stupid people. That's the thing. It's not even that they have a position. I got no problem with people having a different position on issues than me, even if they are stupid positions. Let's debate it. The other thing that I keep stressing is for years and years and years and decades, controlling the media means you never get asked tough questions. So we talk about they should teach kids how to think and how to reason rather than specific to a test. Well, when your debating skills, I have to come up with a good answer skills have gone so totally flaccid because they haven't had any use in all these years. When somebody actually comes at you and says, yeah, but what about? They have no answer. So their only answer is, oh, you doo-doo head, you're stupid, you're backward, you're whatever. And that makes them look what they are, which is weak. And maybe even if their ideas were good, they wouldn't be able to sell them to the public at large because they can't sell anything other than by scolding and by demeaning and by expressing their contempt. And nobody, whether it's a customer for a theme park or a restaurant, or whether it's a political voter, regardless of their background or the tribalism and the grouping, nobody does anything with people who hold them in obvious contempt.
Yeah.
In fact, when you saw the statement, the first statement that Cracker Barrel put out was basically a, we're sorry you're offended statement. Not, we're sorry we did it. We're sorry you stupid idiot people were too dumb and didn't get it. But don't worry, we'll keep hitting you over the head with it until you do. What's the word? They're Karens. And with all respect to the Karens out there in the chat, I know you're not Karens in that way. But nobody, honey versus vinegar, and flies and all those other images that we have in our language, they're there for a reason. People don't enjoy being talked down to, being talked to with contempt, being talked to with derision, deplorables, clinging to their guns and their religion, and also those statements that express their contempt, they're real. They expose them for how they really and truly feel. What was it that couple in the whole Lisa Page and Strzok, their emails about, I actually went near a Walmart today and I could smell them.
Oh my God.
I mean, boy. And not just that they think it and they feel it and that that's their attitude, that they have no problem expressing it because, hey, all the good people know it's the truth, right? And the bad people, well, who cares about them? It's contempt. You don't sell anything, candidates or smarties, to people who you say, I have contempt for you, but I'll let you spend money with me or make votes with me anyway. And the answer was in the election. And when the answer was in, you broke down the election, you suddenly found groups, I mean, I don't want to get too political, but Latin Americans and African Americans who didn't vote the way they were told and expected to vote.
Yeah.
So, anyway, enough of that. But
very quickly, I just want to address the fact that Erica had to bug out for a little bit because there's some storms, really bad storms going on where she is. So I'm hoping that she's able to make it back. But just want to let everybody in the chat know, in case you were wondering what happened to Erica. Like I said, she's over there in Germany, and they got some stormage going on. As far as I'm concerned, will I give Cracker Barrel another chance? Well, I'm going to try to find Bob Ross stuff there, and we'll see when I eat there again. I don't know when it's going to be. It doesn't really matter.
I don't feel any urge to rush back to see if they fixed it. I mean, that's not.
Well, there's nothing that changed really that much at my local store anyway, so there's really not much of anything to go back to that's different. So if I want a weird flavor of root beer, I might go in, or if I'm looking for a specialty gift, I like the nice thing about having one close is that it's a gift shop to get a unique thing at for somebody when I'm looking for something that's like I need something unique. And I love the fact
mac
that they
and
have
cheese gummy bears
and Viewmaster.
What? Oh,
mac and cheese gummy bears.
Yeah.
Neapolitan candy. Like
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the coconut Neapolitan candy. So yeah, I agree, Nita.
I don't know if I can do a Snoop Dogg impression, but y'all eat some strange shit. Well,
it's after 9. You're fine, Ron.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half in the show. So an hour and a half.
Well, this is our good friend Tim Waltz recently went into the Beacon Barrel, and this is what happened to him.
So I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead. But I'm...
Oh, my goodness.
So,
this to you, brother.
Thank you.
That happens.
Thank you. I haven't done that again.
Ron, I had just one real quick thought.
Yes, please, Jerry.
It may not connect, and Lou probably knows the story. I watched a documentary on Nathan's Hot Dogs, famous Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
Back when they were a nickel, 2 for a nickel or whatever. And apparently, over the years, Nathan himself would walk into the kitchen and just randomly take hot dogs off the grill, sample them, and it would kind of freak out the new employees. They had no idea who he was. But he would go every day, taste the hot dogs, check the mustard, the stuff he cared about, and that's where he made his decisions. Cracker Barrel probably brought in a consultant, probably of that 700 million, 300 million went to this person. They made a decision in closed doors. If they would have just gone to the restaurant, sat down, listened to what people were saying, checked the food, but that business model seems to be gone. You don't have a Nathan anymore to go and make sure that everything's the way he wanted it to be.
Well, and Disney, once upon a time, if you got a new hire as a Disney executive, they had you spend a week in a costume at the park.
Yeah.
Just going around and listening. Wow. And I've told the story about one time I was at Disneyland. It sounds like band camp when I tell it that way. And I'm going to what they call the Stage Door Canteen or something like that. It's a hot dog stand, basically, hamburger stand next door to the Golden Horseshoe. And I'm standing in line, and there's these two probably late 30, early 40 something, a man and a woman, cast pros. They're obviously executives of some kind, management. And they're standing there huddled together. And I'm a natural eavesdropper anyway, and especially with things that I'm interested in. And they're talking about how come the line is moving so slowly. Now, remember, this is Disney, who basically was studied by every other corporation as to how to move lines and how to do fast food and how to do crowd control. So I go in and I see what's happening. And what's happening is the person takes your order, and the Disney people are trained to be so friendly, or are friendly. You cast them right. You don't need to train them. And she says, okay, 2 hamburgers, 2 Cokes, and she puts the order. So how are you enjoying your day? Oh, we just went on Big Thunder. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, especially the part where you fall down and they're having 10-minute conversations with every guest. And that's why it's taking so long. So I come back out with my food and I see these two people. I said, excuse me. They said, yes. I said, I've got the answer to your question. Pardon me, sir. How can we help you? And I told them. And it was like I was a little puppy dog, and they basically patted me on the head verbally and said, thanks a lot. And I'm going, if they don't want to know, that's different. That's a different culture than ever existed here before. And that's, taste the food. By the way, I have a culinary background too, Jeremy. You may not know that, but I used to be a medium muckety muck with the James Beard Foundation and a few other famous folks, and wrote a column for a big magazine on food and reviewed restaurants and whatever. The secret of Nathan's hot dogs way back when at Coney Island, it wasn't the hot dogs, which were fine. They used goose grease to grease the grill that they cooked them on. And that was why they were so different, because he got it as a throwaway. Here, take all you want. I'm stuck with it from a poultry guy down the pier. So that is officially, in culinary lore, the reason why Nathan tastes so good. So if you're not doing that at home, you're not getting the real thing. Anyway, well, look at Steak and Shake is making a big deal about, hey, we're using beef tallow to fry our French fries. So
it's funny. Casey's in Magic Kingdom is where they sell the hot dogs,
right?
And I would often joke, because the hot dogs are just the regular ones, not the footlongs, are $11-12 to get a hot dog there. If you go,
are you serious?
Yeah, it's a cover charge for the piano player, right?
Yeah, basically. So the regular size hot dogs, not the footlongs, are $11 or $12. I can't remember exactly, but if you drive out of the Magic Kingdom, there is a Speedway gas station, like literally right there at the exit to the parking lot. If you go inside, they have Nathan's hot dogs, which are just as good or not better than the Casey's Corner hot dogs, and they're $1.50.
But no piano player.
Based on where you are, I just think that's really funny. Before we get on to the next story, I just want to thank everybody for being here. All our guests. I want to thank Erica. I know she had to bug out real quick because of the storm. Hopefully she'll come back. But prayers that she stays safe, of course. And I just want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. We haven't had a chance to celebrate, but I want to celebrate all of you before we go to the next story. So if you got your emojis, celebrate with us right now.
I always think in a galaxy far, far away, there were disco balls.
That's true.
Those Star Wars characters rocking out.
Apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently in the last season of Andor, there's like a dance scene where they're all doing that.
Well, the place that they're doing dancing all over the place is, damn it, Strange New Worlds. Oh, God. I mean, I didn't turn on Star Trek to watch Spock Tango. I just didn't. Silly me.
Oh, come on. That's fun.
He did the Spock Arena.
That would have been clever, at least. But and that is clever. And yeah, absolutely. And then the final move is like with the fingers parted and then the death pinch, right?
Oh, yeah.
With the hand jab, right?
Go right in. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, there you go. And when people say, he says, may I dance, Captain? Knock yourself out. And he does with the neck. Anyway.
I'm curious about this story because I saw the headline and I actually haven't read it yet. So this will be interesting to tackle. It's by our good friend, WDW Pro, out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. Disney World may break records in September for the lowest crowd levels since 2021. According to data and analysts. Now, if you know what 2021 was, the year after, 1 year into the pandemic, basically, That's not good if the crowds are getting as low as they were back then. That is a very, very bad thing. It's looking increasingly like that September 2025 will deliver the lightest Walt Disney World crowd since the post-reopening doldrums of 2021. Several hard signals point the same way. Multi-month wait time trends, aggressive late summer discounts, school calendars, hurricane season risk, and new competition across town. Put together, they suggest a slow timber that could rival any month since the pandemic period. Q data aggregates have long shown September as the best month for short waits. Thrill Data's park pages summarize it plainly. At Magic Kingdom, September posts the lowest average waits of the year, around the mid-20 minutes, with the resort overall hovering near 30-minute per attraction in September. Those numbers consistently sit below most other months. The most compelling recent comp is last year. Multiple analyses found late August and September 2024 produced the slowest average posted wait since October 2021, the first post-COVID low watermark. That's the baseline September 2025 is chasing, and early season patterns suggest it could meet or even beat that. Yet September 2025 is looking to be even softer with attendance. So here's a couple of the factors that Pro points out are leading to this. Discounts that run deep into September. Disney is dangling usually value-heavy offers through roughly the first 3 weeks of the month, including a special 3-day, 3-park ticket, excludes the Magic Kingdom. And by the way, I know some people that actually went using this ticket this summer. Price from $89 a day through September 22nd, and 50% off kids multi-day tickets through September 20th. That, by the way, is huge. I mean, like tremendously huge. The average price for a regular price right now is $189 a day. That is more than 50% off the regular price of a single day ticket. Free dining is also back for arrivals through September 30th on qualifying packages. Another lever Disney traditionally pulls during the very slowest seasons. Taken together, that's a clear stimulate demand now posture. School is, of course, solidly back in session. Central Florida, much of the Southeast, return in early to mid-August. Orlando's Orange County Public Schools' first day is mid-August this year. Actually, I think it was the 10th. It was really early, or the 11th. Nearby districts, Duval County, Jacksonville, are the same. Families locked into the routine. The weeks after Labor Day are historically soft. And then there's hurricane season optics. September is peak Atlantic hurricane season, and NOAA's 2025 outlook called for an above normal season. I will say this, having lived here in Florida a long time, that seems like they do that every single year.
Of all of those factors, I would weigh the hurricane thing least, because people sort of don't think about it until there's one actually happening.
Yeah, they really, I agree with you on that. Even without a storm, that risk depresses late booked travel and pushes some guests into October, December instead. Although my experience is that we get some of the worst ones have been in October. So a powerful new distraction across I-4 now. This is a huge factor, much bigger than Disney wants to talk about. Universal's Epic Universe. It opened May 22nd, 2025, and while summer crowds fluctuated there, the gravitational pull of a brand new park is real, particularly for repeat Orlando travelers who might otherwise default to Walt Disney World. Expect some share shift to continue into September. Now, there's another bigger reason why I think that's going to happen, and that is the fact that they also have lower prices at Epic Universe for their entry in September, as much as a $40, not a discount, but their prices are fluctuating. In the summer peak time, it was $179 a ticket. In September, it goes down to like $139 a ticket. So I think that's going to be a big deal and a big factor. But I want the panel to weigh in on this. Anybody can weigh in.
It depends on the crowd and their finances. By which I mean, if you stay at a high-end hotel at Disney, congratulations, you're staying at a high hotel at Disney and its proximity is good. If you stay at the high-end hotels at Universal, you virtually get free Fast Pass, Extra Pass, whatever, as part of the deal. That's an enormous difference especially when Disney is trying to sell it harder, and if you look at Disneyland, they eliminated the early access in favor of, oh boy, everybody in your party gets one Lightning Lane ticket for free. The difference being, of course, if it's half an hour earlier, you need the entire staff on that shift there earlier, as opposed to, oh, we're going to give away one extra ticket during the other operating hours. Doesn't cost them a thing. And it might even encourage people, hey, that was good. Maybe we'll pay for it next time. So,
that's a very good point. Has anyone on the panel used a pay per ride upgrade anywhere? I'm just curious.
I did at Magic Kingdom. We got a single day that I took my son back in 23, I want to say. And because I knew that it was just one day and we were there during a kind of busy time, I forked over the cash. But it cost us an extra probably $60-some just for the two of us.
Now,
I have
did
not.
you do okay, you said it costs $60 for two people, right?
Yeah.
And that was the kind where you had to go into your phone all day to program what was going to come next. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. Like the original iteration of Lightning Lane. Yep.
All right. So the reason I bring that up is I want to talk about Lightning Lane and how that affects people's visit, because Lou brought it up. It's an excellent point. So at at Universal, what they have is somebody tell me the name of it.
Express Pass.
Express Pass. Okay, thank you. The Universal Express Pass. SeaWorld, it's called the Quick Queue. It's Lightning Lane now. This is the branding at Disney, and it's the Express Pass at Universal. But the reason the Express Pass at Universal is so different is there is not a slight upcharge for it. There is only a massive upcharge for it. If you just buy it outright, it can be as much as $300 to $400 per person per day if you go in there. Here's the cool thing about that. Those express lines are literally short. They sell so few of them, okay, that you go straight to the front of the line. And there's a couple of really cool things that Universal does with that Express Pass. One is what Lou said. If you stay at their higher end hotels, the Lowe's Hard Rock, for example, if you stay there, your whole family gets that Express Pass added on to your tickets. A value of, if let's say you were staying there and you're paying $900 a night for your hotel, but you have Universal tickets, now you've just added the value of maybe $1,600 per day for free to your visit, because everybody of the 4 people that are in your party are going to get that for free added. Very, very cool. At Disney, it's the exact opposite. You are going to stay in the highest end hotel. You're still going to pay that. But the worst part of it is at Disney, you're competing with people that pay the lower price.
Yeah.
So I want to show how that works. Let's see.
By the way, I just got a thing of Universal just added basically all the ones that weren't before onto that pass system at Epic. The only ride there that isn't is the two-armed spin thing in Isle of Berk. Everything else is now part of that deal.
Oh, that is awesome. So here's the Lightning Lane. This is Disney itself. This is DisneyWorld.Disney.go. Lightning Lane talks about how it's used.
I keep expecting Lilu to jump out when they see multipass. But anyway.
Well, what I wanted to see, so it says how to purchase.
Bend over. Extract cash from your hip pocket wallet. And anyway.
I wanted to see if it had the cost on this, because so it has the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. It has a multi-pass and a Premier. There's 3 versions of this thing. That alone creates a massive amount of confusion, right?
Well, they offer you 3 choices: extremely high, extremely, extremely high, and insanely high price. Exactly. At least they give you a choice.
I'll take 2 Insanes, please.
That
So
also describes the marketing department, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well.
So with the lightning lane, but let's just talk about how confusing it is. You can buy it for one attraction, and that's one price, maybe $21 per person in your party. Let's say there's 4 of you, and it's going to cost you an extra $84 to guarantee you're going to get on a single ride, maybe Tron or Snow White at the Magic Kingdom, right? Or if you want to pay now, I think you said pay $30 per person. It's probably close to $40 per person now. If you want the multi-pass. Now, the multi-pass gets you on to more rides if they're available when you go in to try and get them, and they may not be available. Then there is the Premier Pass, and the Premier Pass is a huge charge. It's like $400 a day at the Magic Kingdom per person, so like $1,600 for your party of 4. And yes, it gets you onto every single attraction. You go into the lightning lane of that attraction, and it gets you on the ride quicker, maybe, but also maybe not. It just depends on how busy the day is and which attraction you're going to. So you paid all that money, and you're also getting in line with all of the people who only paid $40 for the day, or all of the people who only paid one upcharge for that attraction, because there's only one lightning lane. What I like about the Express Pass is, while there is only one Express Pass lane, you're not competing with people that paid in lower tiers. And you're also getting it for free if you stay at one of the hotels. So if you look at all of that confusion of what you have to do to plan a Disney vacation versus the simplicity of planning a Universal vacation, especially in September, with a brand new park involved, you can go to Epic, you can go to Universal, you can go to Islands of Adventure, and you can go to Volcano Bay. You can have a great time, and you don't even have to worry about it. And it's just so much simpler and less expensive to plan out. And everything that Disney is doing, they are cutting into the market that used to go to Disney, which was the traditional family market. Traditional families don't have the money to do this anymore. And so they are advertising for Disney adults and putting more alcohol in the parks. That's just what they're doing now.
So what profiteth the company if they gaineth more dinks but loseth more 5-kid families?
Yeah, I don't know.
If we're buying sweatshirts for 3 kids and 2 adults versus 2 adults, that's 3 sweatshirts we didn't buy.
I've got somebody who wants to come back. Yay, she made it back, Erica.
Hey.
Can you guys
Thanks
hear
for
me?
coming back.
I'm using my
Yes.
phone. I hope y'all can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And we appreciate you coming back in. We're talking about how bad it might be in September for Disney World. Pro wrote an article for that Park Place that Disney could see its lowest September since 2021 during the pandemic era.
Wow.
Trigger warning, Erica. There's something called lightning lane in this. So I know you're having a storm there. I don't want you to get...
Oh, and Ron, just to do a little additional comparison. So we're talking about how Universal, at their more deluxe resorts, you're getting that included as one of the perks of staying there. The price to stay at a Universal, like they call theirs like Premier, I believe it's not deluxe at Universal, is significantly less most of the year than staying at a comparable Disney deluxe resort. And frankly, I think they're better themed. They are now. They didn't used to be. Back in the 80s and 90s, I would say they were pretty close. But the way they've redone the poly and stuff, it's just Universal's doing it better.
Yeah, Universal always felt to me like a business hotel at a major airport, a lot of their hotels, as far as the style was concerned. But now that's all Disney does. So what was it, outfit Gensler, something like that? The Gensler effect? Yeah, it's a shame. Anyway.
Well, I mean, the theming, one of the things that I can say from my own personal experience is if you are staying at Royal Pacifica or Hard Rock, then even though it's a smaller footprint, it's actually kind of a benefit that Universal has a smaller footprint geographically than Walt Disney World. If you are staying at not Pop Century, if you're staying at All Star Sports, for example, you are going to be taking long bus rides to every single place that you go in Walt Disney World if you want to take their free transportation. If you're staying at the Hard Rock Hotel, you can get on a boat and take it 5-10 minute boat ride, and you can be at both parks, Universal or Islands of Adventure, and it's only about a 10 to 15 minute bus ride from any of the like Lowe's on-site hotels to Epic Universe. And actually the lesser expensive off-site hotels are already closer to Epic Universe, and of course there's the new hotels at Epic Universe. So it's kind of cool what they're doing at Universal. I just think that in general they're putting together a much better deal at the Universal hotels than they are at the Disney hotels. And you can see they've also got your standard rooms, your club level rooms, all the suites, all of that's still available, and it's available for probably, I want to say 2/3 to 1/2 the price of what you would pay at a comparable Disney level hotel.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, because I've checked into it at the Grand Floridian, it's going to cost you $1,600 per night to stay at like a club level room.
It may cost you that. It won't cost me that because I ain't going at that point.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I've been lucky. I've stayed at the Wilderness Lodge. I stayed in a 1-bedroom condominium at the Wilderness Lodge. Did it when I was a cast member, and it was less than 50%. I think it was like 60% off at the time. There was a special running for cast members, and it was just post-pandemic. It was 2021 or 2022, so it was still like that time where they were still keeping the prices down before they've jacked them up. 23, 24, 25 prices have skyrocketed at Disney. And I think we were getting it for like $400 a night in a 1-bedroom condominium at the Wilderness Lodge. It was fantastic. We had a great stay. We had a wonderful time. I would never pay more than that, though, because I would say, and I used to joke about this, I would say, as a cast member, I'm actually paying what the retail value should be for all of the guests. And it's unfortunately not. But yeah. Hey, Nita has a question for you, Erica.
What's that? I can't read that because I'm on my phone.
Sounds like you're having a Florida type storm there.
Yeah, definitely. Came out of nowhere too.
It's called Florida in Germany.
Is that like springtime for you know who?
I'm assuming you're talking about Hunter Biden, springtime for Hunter.
Yeah, right. Well, if you
Hunter,
there's certainly snow in the spring.
Yeah, I suppose you saw the riffs on the Cracker Barrel logo that had Crack Barrel, right? But with somebody else in the barrel.
Oh yes,
we used to just burn our lips on the okra.
Well, the funny thing about that is that I saw some with Hunter, but I didn't see. I saw Cracker Barrel with Kamala, but I don't remember.
That was Cackle Barrel, I think.
Cackle Barrel.
Yeah, right.
I sent that. I sent that in.
But I mean, Kamala could also, go the other direction too. From what I've heard, rumor and speculation territory, folks. Rumor and speculation territory. Back to the article about how bad September could very possibly get, though.
When does the first payment come in from the Arabs? It's probably already there for the park.
Oh, for Abu Dhabi,
so
I don't know.
That's what's going to make up for this for their, the experiences division. Is all that money coming in like the money that comes in from Japan when they add something? So
yeah, but I think we're talking 2 or 3 years down the road before that. They haven't even started.
Well, I bet they got to start paying for it now to get it all Imagineered. That's all I'm saying. As that big signing ceremony they showed, there was a dollar figure there somewhere, or real, or whatever it was.
I'm just wondering what kind of ceremonies Bob Iger will have to participate in when they open that up. I can't wait to see Iger walking along with them, and he's wearing the whatever the headdress thing is
Yeah,
called.
yeah. Well,
You can dream.
There's other factors in play that might not be obvious at first glance. September is packed with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which forces 6 p.m. closures on many dates at the Magic Kingdom. That pattern usually suppresses daytime demand and keeps standby waits unusually low until afternoon. That's true. If you go on a party day to Magic Kingdom during the day, sometimes those are the best days to go when there's just like nobody around. It's great.
on the other hand, you are paying for a full day and not getting a full day because they
That
didn't
is
lower
true.
the prices for that.
Yep. Trying to think. Yeah, there are, if you don't have the little thing on, there is a hard kick out by 7 o'clock. They will find you and they will force you out. You can't.
We will
can't
find
just
you
go-
and we will force you. Yes.
Yeah. So people try to wait in the bathrooms. They really do. And
Oh,
they
I'm
try
sure.
to,
I'm sure.
sneak that in. Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, which starts tomorrow, brings Friday through Sunday surges, especially at night. Yeah, while weekdays remain comparatively mellow. Another reason early.
But that means it's locals, right?
Pretty much. Usually what happens, oh gosh, this looks awful. Disney Tourist Blog, one of the few outlets regularly charts to do, what do they say? Quite possibly the lowest levels in several years, noting the same early September slice last year hit the lowest average posted weight since October of 21. So if that repeats, then September 2025 becomes the new post-pandemic low mark, which, I mean, hey, I took that photo. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, using my photo.
Hey, Ron, I can see your house from here.
I know. From Russia. I can see Russia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's gonna take a while to design bikini burkas, Lou.
Oh my goodness.
What's all that muckety muck there in that photo?
That is the drained former glorious rivers of America.
If somebody told you that was Universal, you'd think, oh, they are going to do the Creature from the Black Lagoon ride. Oh, great. So
yeah.
That's what it looks. Do they have? I'm trying to think. Dan's Life at the Kingdom, I think, is in the chat. I think they have a Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Well, they have him
right?
in, but
He's in the ride as an animatronic.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
but
in the ride in the animatronic. He's in Monsters Unchained.
But that's the anticipated expansion. There is that's what the ride's going to be, a boat ride. You know. So,
I hope there's something.
All that
Trying
muck
to-
looks like something that would be smelly, and I really hope for people that are in that area at the parks during the day, it's not smelly. But
They supplied fans by the Haunted Mansion area,
Yes.
so we
so
could
that
guess
you
what
only have
that's
to
gonna
smell the
smell
sweat
like.
of your fellow line waiters rather than the stink of the Anyway,
Before we head over to the Pro show starts in about 20 minutes. There's one more quick story I want to tackle, and especially for those who might be across the pond. You might find this if you're watching this. Maybe you're watching it on the replay and you're from across the pond. This story is one that you might find quite interesting. This is out of thatparkplace.com. I put it on the screen. Over 18,000 register for jobs at the planned Universal UK theme park. This is huge, guys. This means a lot to the people over there. This is by Cham Lee, and there is the artist rendition for a lot of people are saying the one on the left is a Back to the Future roller coaster because it looks just like
Courthouse
the
Square.
Courthouse Square. And it says Universal Destination and Experiences has revealed that more than 18,000 people have expressed interest in job opportunities related to its planned theme park in Bedfordshire, England. Approximately 80% of these applicants are from Bedford and its surrounding areas, showing strong local engagement with the project. The proposed theme park will be situated near Hempston Hardwick and is part of a broader development plan. This includes a 500-room hotel, various retail outlets, dining options, and immersive attractions. Universal expects the development to create 28,000 jobs with 20,000 roles during construction and 8,000 operational jobs across hospitality, creative, and supportive sectors. Universal has stated about 80% of operational staff will be recruited from local communities. So if you were thinking about coming from somewhere else, remember, if you're local there, you're going to have to learn how to speak their language, which is English. The company aims.
It's the Queen's English. It's different.
It's the Queen's English.
It's English, Jim, but not as we know it.
The company aims to provide significant economic benefits to the region, particularly through employment and supplier opportunities. I want to go to the panel, especially who has lived in or worked in the UK.
I have.
And
I was actually a student at Oxford for a very short period of time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I get around. But
did you go there with Bill Clinton? No.
No. Nor would I have.
That's me. No, so like what is this going to mean to the people of the UK is what I'm getting at, though. Like, I'm very, very curious.
My stepdad was from Reading, kind of a small town type feel. We would go for like a month at a time when we did visit. And Lou, you can probably speak to this better than I can. With a potential lapse in the jobs of the film industry, or whatever's going on with that, they really do pick up, and people will flock from all over to gravitate towards something like this. People who are used to trying to get those types of gigs.
Well, and there's nothing to compare with this. Another online guy who does pretty good videos, I can't think of his name, shame on me, just did a survey of all the UK theme parks. And even the famous ones, like Alton Towers and Blackpool Beach, they don't begin to compare to this. They just don't. And when you consider the market in the UK for what I would call a professional upscale number one ranked kind of park, let us not forget that when Disney opened in France, there were still more people from the UK who, with airfare and package deals and the whole 9 yards, were coming to Orlando because it was less expensive than going over the channel. So this is going to draw people the other way from all over Europe, I believe, even though, Brexit, and it's not the same anymore like it was. But aside from that, why are they putting this out now? Because this is don't let a couple of upstart, we don't like it people spoil your support, local politicians. Because if you do, you're telling all these people who want to work there, screw you. Permitting process in the UK is very complicated and very difficult. And having everybody on board is really, really important. So they've got all the major stuff in place, but there's going to be something where, we'd like to move this road 5 feet to the left. Oh, well, that'll be 2 years worth of permitting. That's just the way things are there. If you think we have bureaucracy, you haven't lived until you've been to the UK. And then I did a big international TV show over there where we had to rewire an entire studio to be able to bring in signals from literally all around the world. And we were a day and a half out from our live date of going on the air. And these English guys, well, it's tea time now for 2 hours. Yeah, but well, no, sorry, that's the deal. And we all stood around waiting while they did their thing. And that's just their culture, and that's why I always say when I see all these things of, Disney's going to move everything to the UK for the tax breaks instead of Georgia or wherever, they must have factored in the slower work pace because it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So,
the only parks I've never been to a park specifically in the UK. I've been to in Edinburgh. There was a park I wanted to go to. Everything's kind of on the same street leading up to Edinburgh Castle, right? And then it's really weird because the castle sits on the top of the hill or mountain, and then if you go all the way down to the bottom of that street, that's where the theme park is. But I didn't get to go. But it's how will Universal play to the people that live in the UK? I mean, it's pretty much a similar culture as far as how Americans enjoy theme parks.
Oh yeah. The only difference being it's physically a smaller place. And therefore, the idea of going and staying for a week or 3 days is not going to be as prevalent as let's get up early in the morning, get on the train, we get off, we have our day, we watch the fireworks, and we go home. And they will schedule more later in the evening trains to cope with that. Or bus lines or whatever. So it's not when they talk about a 500-room hotel, don't look for them to build 6 more hotels anytime soon. It just isn't that kind of market, I don't think.
I think
they know
you're
better
right.
than I do.
I went to a park I think it was near London. It used to be called Thorpe Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
still there.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
It was so weird for us because I was a horrible, horrible child that I was getting physically corrected by the people moving the lines. So these big men with proper accents had no problem grabbing me by the shoulders and addressing me. And when I told Dad, he goes, "Okay, what else happened?" Oh, this is what you wanted when you brought us here. So it was so different because there was a culture of forcing respect out of the disrespectful.
Right,
It was fun. I'm glad it's still there, though. I did really enjoy it.
You must. I'm sorry, sir, but you must act proper if you're going to be here.
Are you aware?
Yeah, we follow a few theme park enthusiast vloggers, and yeah, it's still very much around. Yep.
I loved it.
So the UK government. The UK government has voiced support for the project. Prime Minister Keir Starmer described the theme park as a vote of confidence in Britain's economy. He emphasized the potential for job creation in various industries, including construction, artificial intelligence, and tourism. The government believes the project could stimulate regional growth and contribute to the UK's long-term economic strategy. A public consultation on the project is currently open and will close on August 30th.
See what I mean?
2025. So
this is don't pay attention to the naysayers, local politicians, because we're where your bread and butter is politically.
So that's the consultation process offers residents and stakeholders an opportunity to provide feedback on the development. Universal has reported that over 2,000 suppliers have expressed interest in working with the theme park, highlighting the potential for wider economic involvement beyond direct employment. I mean, this seems like a really good, positive thing. Looking ahead, visitor estimates suggest the park could attract around 8.5 million guests annually. On peak days, the number of visitors may reach up to 55,000. What? That's a lot. I'm thinking of the Magic Kingdom. I know that if 55,000 is not technically capacity at the Magic Kingdom, but if it
it's
gets
more
up
like
to
what
that,
about 65, I think, or
yeah, I mean it's pretty busy if it hits 55,000. What they're doing now, they're lucky if they hit 15,000 a day lately. So if realized, this would make the park one of the largest in Europe by attendance. To manage this influx, infrastructure upgrades are planned, including expansion of the Wixham's railway station, like Lou was talking about, to handle increased passenger traffic and ease local transportation.
Right this minute, without expansion, you can get from London to there in about 35 minutes on the train.
Wow, that is not
so
bad
there you
at
go.
all.
It's not just local. It's people from the big smoke, as they say.
What'd you say here, Jeremy? Thorpe Park was crammed when you were last there, but the crowd control was very good.
They really managed it well. I don't know if it's just by serving such terrible food that you're afraid to say anything, but it
was that part of it?
I would eat the mash, but not the bangers.
Yeah, but compared to what is the big question?
Silt.
I always tell the story when I was in Sedona, Arizona, where all the beautiful red rocks are. And I was early morning and I'm standing in line at a coffee place before we're going to take one of these pink Jeep tours. And there's a couple from England standing there and I'm chatting with about people in their 50s. And they're going, "Oh, this is an amazing country. And we're on this tour and we're seeing so much and everything's so big," and raving about their visit to America. And I said, "Oh, really?" And she says, "And the food is so good here." I said, "Oh, really? Where did you eat?" And she nudges her husband. "What was it called, darling? The Radisson Hotel Coffee Shop?"
Oh my gosh.
And I said, really, that good? I said, where are you going next on your tour? She says, San Francisco and Los Angeles and the wine country. I said, guess what? She says, what? I said, even better food ahead. And she looked at me with these wide eyes and said, better than the Radisson coffee shop? Oh my goodness God. And she was dead serious. So, food is relative to your experience. Let's just put it
I would imagine. What's your favorite thing that you've eaten in Germany that's not something we'd find in America, Erica?
Oh gosh. Well, I would say a real brat and schnitzel, because
Yeah, I
anything
was
in
going to
the
say
States
schnitzel.
doesn't. Yeah, you really don't find schnitzel in the States.
No, we only have Johnsonville brats, which is what I had for dinner last night.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I will say Aldi's does carry imported brats. They are imported from Germany. So if you want the real deal, go to Aldi's.
Okay.
But I mean, for the most
Aldi's
part, a
has
lot
some
of what
pretty
they
good
have
German.
here.
Aldi's has pretty good German soups too. I have found bean soups and things like that. But
Yeah, potato soup. When we're getting into pumpkin, so sparkle soup, which is white asparagus.
yeah,
That's a popular one. It's seasonal.
oh
Pumpkin
God, Germans
soup
are
is,
nuts for white asparagus. I happen to have
yeah, it is
an aunt
delicious.
who was from Munich, and every year when the white asparagus got over here to California anyway, oh my God! I mean, she must have eaten it 5 times a day because it was such a rare thing. And one time,
yeah.
I was. It's all about what is a delicacy. I was in a hotel in Zurich, Switzerland, one time, and I noticed asparagus, fresh asparagus on the menu. And I asked, and it was pretty expensive. And I asked the head waiter, I said, is that pop? He says, let me tell you, even at that price, he says, we're not making a profit. We're in a consortium with 6 other hotels in town to bring a container in every other day on the Swiss Air flight from Los Angeles. And we lose money on it. But you know what it does? When people know we've got it, it brings in locals to the dining room because they're so happy to see a green vegetable in the middle of winter.
Oh, wow.
So you got to remember, there's a lot of strategies and pricing and things behind the food biz that aren't readily apparent from the surface. Let's put it that way.
I would say one thing I do like, I love out here. It's called a pork patty. So think of it as, I don't think I can compare it to, it'd be like meatloaf, but it's pork, and it's like a ball, like a meatball, but it's pork, and it's served with brötchen, which is a roll. It's really good. I can't describe the flavor. It's just delicious. They eat it for breakfast sometimes. They'll have them in the bakeries. Like Voskau is a bakery and grocer. They have those. We went to Bernkastel, which is where we like to go to their wine fest, which is in a few weeks.
Yeah.
They have those. I would say that and the doner meat, which is a Turkish food. It's not even German, but there's Turkish
Kebab.
establishments everywhere. The kebab, the doner kebab, that is like, wow. I don't think we're ever going to find anything like that in the States.
No.
Ironically enough, the only place that I've ever eaten bangers and mash, back to Jeremy's point, is, he'll never believe this, SeaWorld, Orlando.
Totally believe it.
Not even at Raglan Road at Disney Springs.
Yeah, I've never eaten at Raglan Road.
He was going to eat there,
And
but then he
we
found
have
out
to
the
that
food
correct
is
that.
good. We loved it there. I mean, I've never been to Ireland. I can't compare it to the real thing, but I love Raglan Road.
There's another Irish place outside of Disney that is our experience there has been so good. And I've got a video on it. Frankie Farrell's, I think, is the name of it, and it's at the Lake Buena Vista Suites. And it's, oh my gosh, they had the best pretzel that I've ever had in my entire life. This big giant thing is so good, and their beer cheese that they have there is phenomenal.
Wow.
But we ate there for St. Patty's Day. Yes,
Yeah,
Tom.
you
I
gotta
have
come over
not
to.
found beer cheese out here. Believe it, and it could just be regional. Some foods are regional out here. So what like Munich will have or Berlin won't necessarily be here in Kaiserslautern.
There's some good places, Irish places near me that we gotta hit. Hogan's. couple places that's in
Oh,
Copenhagen.
the German food at
That's another
Epcot.
one.
I wish I could be there.
Beer? No, I have no beer cheese soup. What's
Anything
popular
good at
is
Epcot?
tomato soup. Like, and I understand the Germans are very particular about food. Everything they pride themselves in cooking from scratch. They really don't like to cut corners. So like tomato soup from scratch, potato soup from scratch, pumpkin soup, which is seasonal, spargle soup, another seasonal soup. Those are the top most popular ones we find out here. Yeah, and to just need to let you know, I would say over at Beer Garden, they do a pretty good job. I'm not going to say it's an exact, but overall, it's pretty good. There's actually, Lou, do you remember the YouTube channel? What was her name?
Feli.
The German girl. She,
Yeah, Feli. Feli from Germany. Yes, I know the
yeah,
channel you mean. And she did a tour of
yeah,
Germany and talked about the
yep.
food. But see, she didn't understand the background of how Epcot works, because one of the things they criticized.
Oh yeah, well getting into the
but that
Imagineering, yeah, she didn't
well,
understand that part.
No, I mean, when she said, how come there's only 2 beers? And the answer is those are the ones
Oh.
that paid the freight to be there. It's just, you have to remember all the Epcot pavilions, the beer, the wine, whatever, are brands that A, were willing to pay the promotion to be there, and B, had enough audience for their products elsewhere in the States so that they felt, gee, a tourist comes here from Wisconsin or wherever, and they try the beer. When they go home, they're going to say, oh, I want to try that beer I had at Epcot. If it's not there, there's no point. So there's only some distributors, some brands that have enough distribution in the States to make it worth their while to showcase it there. So that's true of the wines
but
and beers especially.
Her review of the food there was on point. It was, I would highly recommend go to her channel. And I mean, that video is almost a year old now, but it was on point. I 100% agree with everything she said in that video. I do recommend it. It is one of Disney's Epcot's. It doesn't get enough attention, but it is a good place to eat.
Yeah, and it's fun. There's like live entertainment there too. Plus, I believe it's all you care to eat at Beer Garden. So go there with an appetite.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, we are coming up on the ending of this show. I want to thank everybody for being here and find out what everybody's got going on in their own channels. Erica, what do you have coming up?
I got some Halloween ideas in the pipeline. So be on the lookout. I will be. In the meantime, I'm streaming wherever I'm invited. I hop on. So either here or on Lorena's Resort Recon, T3PO, talking theme parks, or just kind of hopping around.
And Lou is everywhere. What do you want to highlight for
They
this
seek
week?
him here, they seek him there. Those Frenchies seek him everywhere. Is he in heaven or is he in hell? That damned elusive LW Ghost. Well, every Sunday live at 2:00, Vash and I regale the world with tales of old Hollywood. Other than that, I'm usually on the Monday night pro show, and certainly on the 3:00 show on Tuesdays with Vash and the gang regarding theme parks. And after that, it's whenever people invite me, like good folks like you, Ron. I just put in our sidebar over here, if you want to put it in the chat, that video we were referring to of Feli doing her review of the German Epcot Pavilion. So anyway, I just looked it up, and she's got a charming channel anyway. She's a German girl who's been living and studying in America for about 6 or 7 years now. Anyway, there it is. So yeah, I'm around, but I'm always happy to be with friends, and so are you all, old, new, and in between.
Very, very good. Thank you for being here, coming in. Tom, what do you got going on, Tom?
Swinging us around.
There you go.
Different channels. I made an appearance on the pro show, and Lou was there. I was surprised.
Are you following me, or am I following you? I don't know.
I don't know how I got invited. I might have snuck in the back door. But I got some
He
rocket
came in
stuff coming
through
up.
the bathroom window.
I don't fit in that no more, man.
I like
They
the
made it too
skull.
small.
I just now noticed the skull. That's awesome.
Oh, you never noticed the skull? Yeah, my
Yeah,
floating skull
It's awesome back there.
back there. He's fun.
So, yeah.
But
I was
I will
pirating.
be trying to film more rocket stuff and do more things and do some more lives. And I'm stream hopping like Erica. So it's fun.
He's our rocket man.
And he makes a mean guitar, by the way.
Yes,
yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
Speaking of
He does.
guitars, Jeremy, what you got going on? I saw a couple things.
Yes. So the acoustic coffee shop, that's my clip where I'm uploading performances. That's all been the test to get ready to go live. I'm just trying to pick my time slot. I'll be doing a live singing and playing slot called Acoustic Coffee Shop in the next couple weeks. Get that up and going. Please come over to Strings and Pucks, trying to get to the next, goal of 150 subs, and just playing a lot more music and telling stories about giving concerts in Walmart and things like that. Those, big milestones.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Giving concerts in Walmart and Just Hearts theme parks. Tell everyone about your lovely channel.
Yeah, so I'm at the 206 mark, so we've got a ways to go, guys. But just check it out. I plan to go to Cedar Point one more time before they are closed for the regular season, and then, believe it or not, I will be making my way there for Halloween weekends with our Nobu necklaces. I'm sure. My son is 10 now, and he's interested in at least seeing what it is and feeling that out a little bit. So we'll be up there. And then other than that, yeah, just kind of surfing the streams here with everybody else.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you and Jeremy, Erica, LW, Tom, all of you for being here. Everybody for being out there in the audience. You guys are the greatest. We appreciate you. We're going to send you over to the WDW Pro Show, which is already in progress. They're in their beginning stages. So don't change that dial, folks. For all the news that should be fun between T3PO, That Park Place, us here, Marvin the Movie Monster on Tooningtown TV and all of that and everybody else. We are so grateful that you all are here and with us. And with that, we'll say goodnight and we'll send you over to WDW Pro. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Thank you.
Dishes are done, man. Cleans them down to the shop.